All right, what's going on, people? Let me pull up the link just to send it to people. How you guys doing today, Brian, Anthony? What's going on?
Doing well. Excited for some college football. I see Anthony's watching it on in the background, so he'll have some updates for us throughout the stream, I'm sure.
Maybe we'll get watch the demise of Dion tonight.
The
playing
demise
an
of
FCS
Dion.
team. Yeah, the best team in the FCS, North Dakota State, and they're losing.
So,
How are you doing?
I'm good. So, Best Ball Mania is like almost full, as we were talking about before the stream. So, probably the last day doing it. Did you guys? I know Brian, you said you did a marathon. Like, do you like that format?
I do. I think it doesn't allow. It really allows you to prioritize just who's going to score the most points, not necessarily focusing on stacks or more so correlations in like week 15, 16, 17. So it was a very freeing draft that I really only cared about stacking my quarterback with other skill position players on the same team, and less about who they were playing, the matchups, and that sort of thing later on in the season.
Yeah, I think you would also like the sprint more because it's kind of more like a typical home league draft where like the weeks 15 through 17 are all kind of like equal, and you don't have to like really focus on week 17.
Yeah, I can understand that. Plus the marathon one, I don't know if with my large reach, if that'll change after saying this, but when I did the draft, there was only like 50% entries in it. So
yeah, it's gonna overlay for sure.
Yeah, once best ball's done, I'm sure marathon will pick up.
Yeah, and the marathon has a ton of entries. Like the sprint is like small; it's like 22,000, and it's like half full. So like that's only 10,000 more people. That'll probably get close to filling. I don't know the marathon, and people hate drafting it. It's kind of boring. So
yeah.
All right, you guys ready to hop in draft?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, before we do, I'm just curious, high level, what your guys' thoughts are. I'm sure you both saw that Ayuk officially signed a 4-year deal with a 4-year extension with San Francisco. Does this impact anything, or how do you think this will impact Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, if anything, going in these drafts? Because we're drafting like a couple hours after the news was released.
Yeah, it doesn't change much for me. I'm sure in our draft, like Ayuk is going to go like 10 picks ahead of where he's been going, but I'm not going to chase that. Like I was taking him in like the late 20s, so like I don't feel the need to keep picking him. I think he's fine. But
what about you, Anthony? Any change?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I think besides McCaffrey, he'll be the first 49er off the board, I think, for most people. I mean, at least in my opinion, I would take him over Debo, pretty much every format. So I think the interesting thing, I guess, just for the 49ers going forward is going to be how does that impact, eventually Brock Purdy's contract. So I think, kind of have a more real life impact than maybe a fantasy impact this year.
Yeah, should be interesting. See how it plays out.
Bonesaw said he was late. It's not okay. Brought me not here. Yeah, it's not where you want to be. All right, let's hop in. 3, 2, 1. Three to fill. Oh, let me update.
Fast.
Let me update my exposures too.
So I think we've pretty much been towards either the middle or the end of the draft so far, right? No, I think, did we have the number 3 pick, number 4 last time?
I think we were 4, 6, and 6.
All right, so we've been kind of in the middle-ish part of the draft. Be curious to see if we could maybe get something later, see if we could do maybe, high-level receiver and a running back, or kind of just gauge what's on the board. But
let's see what we got. Number 6 again.
Wow.
Nice. My favorite draft spot.
I hope so. So let's go to our teams and see who we've taken so far, just so we don't like triple up on the same player.
It's going to be Amon-Ra.
Let's see. So we had pick 11. That was AJ Brown. Pick 4, we took Amon-Ra. And then pick 1 or draft 1, we took Justin Jefferson. So we were pretty diversified, which is good.
That means we got options here.
Yeah, we can take kind of whoever we want. I will say I'm kind of, this is going to sound stupid, I'm kind of afraid of Chase because like Guy's still not practicing. Like, what are we doing?
Plus, Chase, like the other top wide receivers, Tyreek, Amon-Ra, Jefferson, they've all actually put up numbers. Chase is the only elite wide receiver in the tier who's like a top 5 ranked wide receiver who hasn't put up great numbers throughout the season.
Oh, are you yards per route run, bro? Did you see that going around?
No, I didn't.
Wait,
but I am
when did he not put up great numbers? Did he not put up great numbers his rookie season? Like, I'm so confused.
But he's
what?
put up good numbers, but not elite 1,700 plus yards, 10 plus touchdowns.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Let's
Please
see.
Last
do.
year he had 1,200. The year before,
He also
1,040.
doesn't play. I feel like he's hurt all the time. He's like
Yeah,
a
I mean,
better
all
version
right.
of
If
Waddle.
if you want to say injuries a little bit, I'll give you that. I'm just not.
All right, so
I mean,
Chase
he did
goes-
have
on the clock here.
1455 his rookie year. Just FYI.
So we got
Pretty darn
Amon-Ra, Jefferson, Bijan. What are you guys thinking?
I know what Brian would say.
I'm fine with any of the top 2 receivers.
No Bijan. All right. Anthony, you got a preference?
I mean, I like them both, but I do like Amon-Ra more.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. All right, got Amon-Ra.
What was the number of yards that Chase had his first year?
1455. Come on.
Okay, let's see. What has he
That's
done
pretty
for us
damn
lately?
good. Well, I mean, he had 1,200 last year. How many games was that? He had 1,200, and I gotta look it
Yeah,
up.
but in a scoring system like this,
Right,
no,
16 games.
Bones, I did not say he hadn't broken the yards record. I'm just saying he's the most fragile player.
So he's played 30 or he's played 45 career games, and he's got 3,700 yards and 29 touchdowns.
I don't know.
He's a top 5 receiver.
Pretty good.
I'm just saying, out of the top 5 elite wide receivers, he's the one who has the biggest question marks.
Yeah, I would. No, I don't know if that. I would say that. I would just say he's probably the worst. He's probably the last in that tier of the 5 receivers. I mean, Justin Jefferson's like he's got Sam Darnold throwing the ball, like that's questionable, but I get he's definitely better than Chase, like talent wise, but at least he doesn't have Sam Darnold.
Right. I mean, it's situational based.
So we're coming up here. 2 picks to us. Any preferences here?
I don't know. Debo scares me, man. How do you guys feel about Debo? Like, Brian, what do you think?
I mean, he correlates right away with Week 17, which is always where I'll default to now.
Oh, that's true. They do play each other, right? Okay.
So I think I'd take Debo if he's there just simply because of the correlation.
That's a fair argument.
Yep. All right, we'll go with it. Plus, he's past ADP, so.
And we're kind of diversifying here. I don't think we have any shares so far in the first 3 drafts that we did.
Yeah,
so.
I think so. True.
That's going to be a pretty common 1-2 start, I would imagine, just with 672,000 entries. So we should look for some potential, Alexander Madison type players.
In the 3rd?
Not in the 3rd, maybe the 13th.
You know who I've been like? I haven't done a lot of drafts in the past couple of days, but like if I was doing drafts, I'd be hammering Malik Washington. He's getting a lot of hype, and he's pretty much like undrafted. The Dolphins' 3rd wide receiver. I don't think I have him once. Yeah,
the Dolphins are pretty good at evaluating talent. They're kind of like Dallas in that regard. So I would trust them.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the board. I'm curious where Ayuk's going to go if he's going to get pushed up. He seems like he hasn't.
I think if anything, he's going to fall. I think people were banking on him going to a fresh environment where he would be the alpha. Now,
it seems like it was kind of priced in that he was going to go to the Steelers, though, and that would have
been worse for him. Yeah.
So much worse.
Yeah, there you go.
There he
Just
goes.
went 209, 210. Interesting.
I mean, when you're the alpha and you have like an actual like QB, that's good. But for him to just go to Pittsburgh and then just have Russ, or I mean, I guess Brian thinks Fields is going to be the guy pretty soon, but that doesn't do anything for me.
I was arguing with this guy on Discord that Russ is not going to get benched, so I bet him $25 that Russ plays every game that he's healthy. So that's kind of where I stand on that.
We'll find out.
But I mean,
the
if
more
he
I
plays, he'll smash, but.
I've seen people taking Fields more than I would have expected to, so I'm kind of stopping the bandwagon. I think it was a good idea maybe a couple months ago, but not necessarily right now. Although
if
who knows?
Malik
maybe he's
Neighbors
falling.
falls to us, I'm not letting you guys say anything. I'm just picking him. So, just a warning.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I would probably go.
Over more?
All
Oh,
right,
he just
Neighbors is
yeah,
gone.
he just got taken.
I don't have a lot of more. I only have 2%. I don't know why.
I still feel like he's criminally underrated. I don't know why, but I just feel like
I feel like you've always felt that his whole career. I feel like every time we talk about him, he's always the guy that you like.
he's awesome. DJ Moore's great. He just like when he was with Carolina, he just wasn't getting touchdowns just because he didn't have the quarterback who could get the ball to him in the end zone. But I mean, he's always put up yards, catches everything. He plays too. Like he's not like gets hurt every other week guy.
DJ
I
Moore
don't know.
just
I
got
like
drafted.
DJ Moore a lot.
Oh, that sucks. He correlated with Amon-Ra in week 16.
Do you guys want to take Adams? He's 6 picks past ADP.
Yeah, I think just for the value, I probably would.
Yeah. I feel like he just falls. Like I don't love him, but
I don't
he just
either.
falls so much.
Right.
Eric? What do you think about Adams potentially getting traded midway through the season? I feel like I've heard a lot of noise recently about that happening with no expectations on the Raiders.
I mean, I think it's possible, but I wouldn't bank on it. I wouldn't draft him expecting him to get traded. I mean, like
I would if I drafted him. I wouldn't want him to get traded if I drafted him. I don't think learning a new offense, unless he goes to like the Jets with Rodgers, which I guess is where people are projecting.
I was
going
to
to
say that's probably the most likely place to go, and that would be very, very good for Devontae Adams.
That'd
We'll
be
see.
kind of bad for Garrett Wilson though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe not. Yes and no.
I still think Mike Williams is going too low. 130s. When he comes
I
back,
agree.
he's going to be good.
I saw a positive report about him saying that he was going to be ready for the season
There you go.
a couple earlier today. Yeah, so
He
I don't
just
know. I'm
fucking
sure.
gets hurt every other week too. Like that's the thing. Like I love him. I mean, he's awesome. Like he contested catch guy. Like, and he does. He has games where he just like pops off for like 150. Like he can do that any week he wants to. But it's just frustrating. When you got guys like that.
For our next pick, I mean, I would be shocked if Laporta made it back to us, but with Amon-Ra, it seems like that's a kind of a layup pick here.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people would have that stat.
Nope. Just got
Tank. That's why I just got to keep it to myself until we're on the clock. He's definitely watching.
He sniped us. Get off the stream. I just want to see how many drafts these people.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Now that I'm looking back on it, I think our Pacheco pick in the third round was probably the worst pick we could have possibly made in the first draft. I hate it more and more every time I see it.
That's why we called it the pilot episode.
Yeah.
Well, he got nuked by Samaje Perine. Did you see that?
I did.
He's done. Dunzo. No more passing. That look at him. He's fallen so far now. I mean, now he's a good pick in the middle of the fourth round. Like, I'll take him every single time there.
I like T. Higgins here too. Just if we're talking just players.
He's still there?
He's gone.
Yeah.
He just
you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking.
All right, Pacheco goes. Anyone standing out to you guys?
What do you think about Kelsey? I mean,
I have 1% of him, but I don't hate it. Brian?
He's old, but he's good.
Yeah.
I'm afraid they're not going to want to use him a lot in the regular season. That's my only concern. They're just going to blow the doors off everyone.
I agree, but I don't like the running backs.
We're at it. Yeah, I don't like Pickens.
No.
I don't. McLaurin, I feel like everyone thinks Terry McLaurin is like the best receiver in the league. I don't know. I don't see it.
I think he's like almost looked at in a similar way as Ayuk. Ironically enough, we were just talking about that before. But everyone always talks about how good of a route runner Ayuk is, which I don't disagree with. He is an amazing route runner. But in terms of fantasy points in the made up game that we're playing, he's not a guy that I would want to draft in the third or fourth round.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Oh, also, I just remembered. So there's like slow drafts you can do too, and I'm in some slow drafts, and they just switched the clock to an hour because the season's coming up, so I need to make these picks.
Nice.
Jonnu Smith, baby.
I drafted him in my in the marathon draft that Eric was alluding to earlier. Yeah,
take Malik Washington and shut up.
I respect it.
4 picks away. Go back to the board and see. So right now we have. Oh, that's not the right draft.
So
If
Okay.
Mahomes falls to us, we're taking Mahomes. Do any of these guys have a chief? No chief. No chief. And no chief.
I mean, it's a free stack. It's good. It's good value.
Really good value. Mahomes in the
We
50s.
passed
that's
ADP.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10. Yeah,
10
basically a
picks.
full round.
That would be
That
really
would be a
nice.
nasty. I'd be afraid to go up against the Mahomes Kelsey stack this year.
If this guy takes him, I'm going to find where he lives. If he takes Lamar and Mahomes, all right, we're good.
The good thing is Tank is not
Nice. Let's
drafting.
go.
Let's do it.
Tank did not draft before us, so that's great.
That's true. It's a wild card right there. That's really nice. And then maybe we could do just like a 2 quarterback with either like Purdy or Goff. I think that's fine.
I agree. We invested so much in the quarterback tight end onesie position that I don't even want to take a tight end until like the last round. Assuming
Did you guys watch any preseason last week?
Just highlights.
I was trying to watch the games where there were starters playing. First of all, Drake May not starting week 1 is criminal. What are we doing there? Anthony, can you speak for your team?
I'm not shocked. He'll start by October.
Yeah, I think so too.
Give it 3 weeks.
I think the theory is that like the Patriots' schedule is so hard to start the season, they don't want
It
to
is a tough schedule.
ruin
Yeah.
Drake May's life. It's playing the Bengals, Seahawks, Jets, 49ers, Dolphins, Texans. Yeah, it's not
It's a
ideal.
brutal
Probably after the
schedule.
Texans game. Pull up the board. So yeah, I was trying to watch the games that the starters were going to be playing in. So I watched Tennessee game, and it seemed like Pollard and Spears are going to split drives. Like Pollard had the whole first drive, Spears had the whole second drive. But a couple interesting things. Obviously, Pollard played the first drive. Pollard looked really, really good. And on a 4th and 1, they put Pollard in the game, which makes me think he'll probably get all the short yardage work and the goal line work. So,
yeah, Pollard was actually like the highest graded running back from week 11 on last year, after he actually said he was fully recovered from his broken ankle in the playoffs the year prior. So I think he is one of those good value running backs. Like I wouldn't hate him in this format to have him as our RB1 or 2 if he's there.
yeah.
Yeah, I like him as an RB2.
So we're up in a couple picks here. Do you guys have any specific player you like? You know, the obvious one could be Montgomery, but I think it's a little early for him.
I wouldn't go with Montgomery because
I still don't understand why is Kamara at 2 picks past ADP from Montgomery. All right, it's not as crazy, but I don't understand. Like he's criminally underrated too right now.
Rashad White's really far past ADP.
I just don't like him though. I don't know unless Brian does.
Do you like him, Brian?
I like him in full PPR. I don't know. I'd rather have Rashad White than Christian Watson or Keenan Allen.
Kind of where I'm at too.
Okay.
And then we definitely got to go receiver next round.
For sure.
Yeah, a couple, like, I feel like Rashad White is kind of like split on how people feel about him. Like some of the people who are sharp, like really, really like Rashad White, and some people who are like really hate him. I don't really know. I just take him sometimes a little bit less than the market. I'll take him when he falls, basically.
The problem for me is I really liked Bucky Irving coming out of college. I think he's going to be I don't think he's going to be like a Sean Tucker was last year, getting like 50 carries and a couple and a couple of catches. I think he's going to have some sort of a meaningful impact in the offense this year. I don't think he's going to take over the backfield by any means, but I don't think we're going to see what made Rashad White really good last year was just volume, almost like a Joe Mixon kind of year or career, honestly. I think we'll see a little bit less of that, but maybe we'll get some more efficiency with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's really not set up to be a bell cow, you know, which I think is what kind of you're alluding to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a receiving back, really.
Right. Can we see the board? We have a couple of potential interesting picks coming up. Hollywood Brown, if we wanted to get a Chief stack, wide receiver. If he falls, I feel like that's the pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Just get the entire Chiefs offense.
It sucks that Kittle is falling too, and we can't take him because we already have Kelsey. I'm not letting that happen. I'm vetoing that one.
Agreed. Stinks, but what are you gonna do? Why is there any reason why he's falling so much? Basically, a full round past ADP.
Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
He rose a little bit because the Ayuk uncertainty. If he got traded, Kittle would have got a bump, but
Yeah.
he was going like early 70s. I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
Could be some good value there. Not for us, but the next couple underdog drafts that you do, if Kittle falls as a result of Ayuk being there, which we already know, Kittle has the potential to put up like 25 plus point weeks as a tight end. That's something I would take a shot on.
Smash Hollywood here.
Yeah.
Look at that. The 3 amigos on the Chiefs. Let's do it.
That's a good start.
That's a great start.
Oh, there's Najee. Get the hell off my screen.
The only bad thing I'll say about having 3 Chiefs is they are playing against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh in Week 17. Could
Might
be
as well Justin Fields, Calvin Austin backstack.
I wasn't going to say it, but since you did, we may as well. Okay, so right now we got a 1-1-4-1 build, which I don't hate. I still think we should probably go wide receiver with our next pick, assuming that Kamara's still not there or is gone.
Kind of depends. I like the 90s for running backs. Like I love Jalen Warren. I love Pollard. But
Brooks.
we'll see. We'll see what it gets to. And they're like, I feel like this range from like 90 to like 130 is kind of like a dead spot for receivers.
Yeah, it
like
gets
after that, like
pretty fast.
Like Jalen McMillan, I can't get enough of. I'm smashing him every single time I can. I don't know if you guys saw. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Like he started in the preseason game with the starters as the third receiver, and he like absolutely mossed that guy.
I saw that. You sent me the clip. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks good.
I like Hopkins too. If he falls to us, I feel like he's going way too low.
What about
he fell like 30 spots when he got hurt and just has not adjusted. No one wants him still.
What about Jalen Warren? He stacks. He correlates with us in Week 17 with the Chiefs.
That's true. Yeah, I do.
They're going to be trailing. I would imagine the Steelers. He could be prime for a big workload.
That's very solid. If both Hopkins and Warren go to these two guys, I'm not going to be happy. Aaron Jones. So we got
nice.
One of them.
Had to have that Aaron Jones, who won't even be a player in Week 10.
Oh, stop.
I love Aaron Jones, but he is always hurt as someone who has him in our Dynasty League.
He's going to have a huge year.
He got hurt in Week 1 last year and then didn't play until like Week 9. Awful.
I'll be buying up all the shares if he gets hurt again.
You actually traded for him in our redraft league with me last year.
Yes, I did.
You gave me Ramondre Stevenson. Awful.
Yeah,
and then he got hurt like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is Ramondre's going ahead of him. 85.
That's ridiculous.
I will respectfully disagree with that.
I mean, I don't know why I clicked him like 10 times. 6.5%. What was I thinking? I do think Antonio Gibson's a good pick, though.
Yeah, because he's like 80 picks lower ADP. Yeah,
I have 14% Gibson. People love Ramondre. Like what? Like he's a decent running back. I don't think he's that good.
Gibson was pretty nice when he came into the league. Honestly, like I don't know, like what
Gibson
happened.
Looked good in preseason. Also, what's the deal with Brock Bowers? Like this guy hasn't practiced in like 2 weeks. Did you guys see that?
I'm concerned.
Said he expects.
I don't think I'd take him at his ADP.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably staying away. Really, honestly, the only person on the Raiders I want. I mean, if Zamir like fell, I'd be interested. But I mean, I'll take Adams, like you said. I feel like Adams just continues to fall in every draft. So
yeah,
I mean, I'll take him. I mean, he's still Devontae freaking Adams at the end of the day. Like, I'll take him.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about with Adams is like he just like falls off a cliff one year. Like I'm not saying it's going to be this year. I just don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The unknown is scary.
Correct.
All right. So what do you guys? We're up in 3 picks here. Anyone or 2 people standing out to you in particular? 1-2-4-1 build, which I like the start of for sure.
Who we have Buffalo that correlates with? I'm on around week 15. Irrelevant.
Yep.
Quarterbacks, we can go Purdy if we want. I don't think it's necessary. I would rather.
I don't think we need to go.
Let's wait.
Yeah,
we could push it.
We're on the clock here.
We got wide receivers still, or what do we got?
Curtis
We have
Samuel,
receivers.
Palmer.
I'd probably lean receiver here, but it's up to you guys. Palmer.
Palmer or Shakir?
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at too. Palmer or Shakir. Break the tie, Anthony.
I like Shakir.
We knew after our last episode, we knew he wasn't going Palmer.
That's true.
I could have answered that one
I
for you.
think
just don't
Palmer's
think he's good at all.
fine.
Shakir
He might not get a lot of points, but he's gonna. In my points per target league, I want Josh Palmer all the time. Guy's gonna get a million targets.
Points per target. All right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Shakir also does correlate with Detroit in Week 15. I know it's not a reason to pick him, but it's a nice unintended benefit.
Wouldn't even think about that. I'm kind of because Week 15. Let me check. I think it's 1 of 12 advance. 1 of 13. So yeah, that's not the biggest deal in the world to be able to get game stack. It doesn't do too much for you. Let me make this pick.
3-5-6-2 build. Interesting.
Yeah, in Eliminator, I'm doing pretty much all this different format.
Okay.
I'm doing 3-6-7-2 like 99% of the time.
Pick Jermaine Burton and call
I have Tyler Boyd queued up for some reason. Oh, because I have Will Levis. Sorry, we're going Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd's kind of pretty good too.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like he's like a forgotten guy, but he's good.
Yeah. I also always forget that with the Bengals too, that he's not there anymore.
Right.
I had to mentally bump Chase and Higgins a little bit because of that. Unless Burton is just him.
So coming up in a couple picks here, 1-2-5-1 builds. Is there a position you guys are targeting or a specific player that jumps out at the board for you? Eric, you have anything?
Blake Corum for me.
Anthony, what are your thoughts on
Corum?
I
like that. You see the thing about Kyron Williams is going to be returning punts.
Yeah, not happy.
I mean, so I saw. We go with this Blake Corum here.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw on Twitter that someone said that on average the 24 punts are actually returned, not fair caught every season per team. So it's really not that much. And I saw a quote today from the OC that said that the more they can get Kyron the ball, the better it is for the Rams. So I don't think it's oh, he's on punt duty because he sucks. I think it's they think he's very good and want to give him the ball more.
Yeah, but Kyron has shown an inability to stay healthy when having a big workload. I don't know. It's scary. I mean, conversely, Mike McCarthy said today that Rico Dowdle is going to have a very minimal impact on special teams this year because he's expecting a bigger workload. So not necessarily a bad thing for Kyron, but as someone who's shown an inability to stay on the field, not something that I necessarily would want as an owner of his.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Dalvin Cook to the Cowboys?
I think he's going to have the same impact he did on the Jets, and people are going to forget he's on the team after week 3.
Well, no, I feel like no one's talking about this. He didn't sign to the roster. He signed to the practice squad. He's not even on the team.
Really?
Yeah.
No one has reported that. I just read that he signed with the Cowboys.
No, he's washed.
Jared Goff is gone.
No, he's not.
He's not. I'm blind. For me, that's probably the next pick, unless you guys have something else. Let's look at the board.
We could go Goff. We could go Judy. Judy correlates with us.
I want to like Jerry Jeudy so much. I want to.
That's all week 15 correlation, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis. I kind of like Gabe Davis. I've been talking myself into him.
I don't hate him.
The only guy I don't take in this range, really, as you're saying, is Gus Edwards.
Yep. Good move.
I guess I'm a Dobbins guy.
Always have been.
So true.
Yeah. One of these years it'll work out. Just keep going back to the well.
Yeah, it has to.
Eventually.
I mean, he's good, though. That's the thing that's annoying.
He is good, yeah.
He is.
Fucking Ty Chandler. I wanted him. All right, got Goff. So team, we have 2-3-5-1 currently. Mahomes, Goff, Rashad White, Jalen Warren, Blake Corum, St. Brown, Samuel, Adams, Hollywood, Shakir, and Travis Kelce.
If Chubb falls back to us, would you guys want to take him in round 12? Seems like good value.
Yeah, we could take him. Like the thing with our running backs though is like Jalen Warren's hurt, so like he might start a little bit slow. Blake Corum is probably going to have less of a role early in the season, so like I don't know.
Right, we need somebody who starts out of the gate a little hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do we? We had a couple minutes our last episode where we talked about getting out of the first couple weeks mentality, and I think somebody.
That's fair.
I think what we were talking about specifically with Marvin Harrison of like he may not start as good as we'd want him to start, as good as he'd necessarily finish in the week 15, 16, 17, but the points that he scores in the playoffs, if you make it there, is really what's going to win you the league while you draft him that early.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Marvin Harrison's floor for the first half of the season is like 10 points, and Chubb is 0. So like it's a little different. Plus, we also need points in running back because, like I said, we have 2 who probably are going to start kind of slow.
I mean, if that's the mentality, then we could take Zeke because we know he'll probably get goal line touches in a high-scoring offense. But
I have so much Zeke.
He won't be valuable. Chuba, same thing. Brooks is on the IL or on the PUP to start the season. He won't play the first 4.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
you just want a body.
It'd be hard to say no to Chubb.
15
past ADP. This is where he was going like early in the summer when it was like unknown before he squatted.
You got Dobbins down there too. You like Dobbins? You said right?
It's true.
McLaughlin, I like
20%.
Chargers are going to be running the ball this year. It's just a matter of like who really takes over, but I think they're going to be running the ball.
Yeah.
Because they just don't have anybody like in the receiver room. I mean, I guess you guys think Palmer is like awesome, but
I don't think he's awesome. I think he's the best receiver on the team. All right, do we want to fully go Chubb?
I'd take McConkey over him. Don't forget about McConkey.
You want to go Chubb or Hubbard, Anthony?
I kind of like Hubbard, but that's I don't know.
If we want guaranteed points in the beginning, then Chuba's the way.
All right, let's go Chuba. I think Chuba is good at footballs too, so people sleep on him. Coaches love him. They play him no matter what.
That's
yeah, now he's not going to have like last year they had Miles Sanders and they tried to convince themselves that he was going to be it and
dust.
Now, yeah,
they like him because he's a good pass blocker too. Chuba.
Yeah.
Anytime a running back coach says that they like a running back, it's usually not because they're good at running the ball. Ironically,
kind of sad.
What were you saying, Eric?
I was going to say, just thinking about like my exposures, I still haven't drafted Saquon Barkley.
Lord. That is so sad for me to hear. I just can't wait. I just can't wait till he has a top 5 season. I mean, in what? All right, I'll just say like full PPR. Like, I'll just say it. Top 5 finish for Saquon this year. I'm gonna be laughing.
Dude. The more I think about it, the more I don't like. The more I'm like strongly like holding this opinion that I don't like him.
I agree.
First of all, we have the tush push. Second of all, I don't think he's that good of a running back anymore. I'm going to say he's kind of washed. Like his advance. What'd you say?
That tush push thing, they're going to be doing that at midfield with Hurts. When they get down to like the 2 or the 1, they're giving it to Saquon. Like you're not going to see Hurts doing that.
All right, we'll see.
I mean, it was different when they had, Boston Scott. But
they still have Kenny Gainwell. Don't sleep on Gainwell.
No.
Will Shipley?
Yeah, he's not getting getting goal line touches.
I don't know. Like, I just don't think he's that good. Like, he doesn't like. I watched him play 17 games last year, and he did nothing that impressed me in all 17 games.
He was
He
behind
looked
the
like an average
Giants
running back.
O-line.
It didn't matter. Like, not even O-line wise. Like when he was in open field, he just wasn't the same Saquon.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Coming up on the clock, Nick Chubb is still there. Yeah, I love when this happens.
Yeah.
And we're fine because Tank's not picking before us, so we will get him. I will pencil it in.
Is that fine to do, or do you think we need another receiver at this point? Because right now we're 2-4 or 5-1.
No, that's fine.
We'll
go.
I do like Downs, but Chubb could be a league winner if he's healthy at the end of the year.
There you go. We got our cake and ate it too.
Yeah, there you go. It's funny because we could have just taken Chubb and then Chuba, which is probably what most people do in that spot, but it's fine. We just reversed it.
I mean, Chubb fell 21 spots past his ADP. That's insane.
Yeah. So yeah, I would look to go receiver. Like I said, I kind of want to go Malik Washington at least in a couple of drafts before this closes. So he's kind of a target. I'm still on Jalen Naylor. Can't get enough of this guy.
Greg Dortch correlates with us in week 17 with the Rams.
I like some Dortch.
Kind of like that, yeah.
We could probably wait a little bit on him though.
Jalen McMillan, 152. This guy's all in again, like him, like me. Love that.
Must have been Tank who took him.
Honestly, I think that's a fine pick. Like, if you pick him 152 or 161, what's the difference? Who cares?
Not necessarily saying we should do this with our next pick, but is Jordan Mason a target for you guys with Elijah Mitchell on season-ending IR and already having some exposure with Debo and a lot of Week 17 players in that game?
I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't hate that. If we want him, we probably have to take him next pick. He might even go before us.
I think we can push it one more, personally.
We also have 5 running backs already too, so it's not if we miss out. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
We got a couple guys on there who are interesting. I mean, Gibson's still there. I do like him a little bit.
I still like. I know Jordan Mason's like the new hotness. I like Braylon Allen more than him still. I do like Gibson more than him still, but I think he's probably right behind them. Probably ahead of Bucky Irving for me.
Do we have any receivers on the board that are interesting here coming up here?
Interesting. I definitely wouldn't use that word.
We got Dortch too.
We already have a lot of San Francisco. I don't want to. Actually,
Yeah.
we only have Depot, but
We have some Dortch. We have a lot of exposure in that game, though.
I don't hate Dortch.
Unless you wanted to go Braylon Allen or whatever running back you were
Someone say
highlighting.
Burton before? Do you guys like Burton?
I do like
I
Burton.
do.
All right, we'll take Burton. Fuck it.
All right. Whatever ADP value we got from Chubb, we just gave back with Burton. Net 0.
I mean, ADP value means less and less as the rounds go on. Like, if you get like 20 ADP value in the 3rd round, like, congratulations, you win. But like, in the 15th round, it doesn't matter. I mean, like,
Our
how much
second tight end, we could get Conklin if he's there. I'm becoming more optimistic that he's going to be a number 2 receiver, the number 2 target on the Jets.
Like, we could take Conklin, or we could just wait 30 picks and pick Theo Johnson. It's the same thing.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, one's a rookie and it's going to peak at the end of the season.
We'll see. Your Giants love is swaying you as I'm wearing a Giants
No, it's
shirt.
not.
Two, 5, 6, 1. I feel like this is a good build up until this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's basically correlated too.
Yep. So, like I said, we're going to stop a quarterback. I'd probably say this is a 6 running back team and a 2 tight end team. So that's 1 more, 15, 16. Then we can probably take 2 more receivers if we want, get up to 8.
George is still there.
Yeah. Wait, did he just go? Yeah, he just
Oh,
went.
you son of a...
Anyone stand out to you guys? We're on the clock.
Ricky Pearson.
I
don't really like it. I mean, I'm not really feeling it. But I mean, I do love him. But
I like DeMarcus Robinson. People talk about Kamani Vidal as if he's going to make the roster.
I'll take a shot on Kamani.
Nothing like getting the number 5 running back on the depth chart.
I lied. I took Conklin.
Nice.
Just for you. I didn't like the spot. Those players weren't doing it for me.
Honestly, Conklin's good value there. And
so
he does correlate in week 16 with the Rams.
So I'm just going to queue up some of the guys that I said I want to be taking. We can decide.
We can get Tank Bigsby, Marvin Mims.
I'm not picking Marvin Mims. I think Marshawn Lloyd is fine.
Malik Washington correlates well. We have options the way we built out this team.
Yeah, I'd probably take Malik Washington first just because I want some of him and I don't want to miss out. But also, I feel like there's a kind of a teardrop after Tank Bigsby with running back.
I
What do
agree.
you guys think there?
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
We got 3 guys right there, and one of them just went, and Lloyd just went. So
Yeah.
we're
I'd probably lean Bigsby for the correlation, and because I have less of him, and
I lean Bigsby just because of the ADP value. We'll be able to get Malik hopefully on the way back.
yeah.
man, I'm rooting for a Cam Akers comeback. I love this dude like 2 years ago, and now he's
Yep.
just like forgotten about.
I mean, he's not the worst pick in the world, just because like he's like pretty much never been drafted in all
Yeah.
summer.
I like him more than Pierce. I mean, so if Mixon went down, I don't know. I mean, I like him more than Pierce. That's just my opinion, but
Yeah, I think Pierce is dust.
Bigsby also correlates with
Yeah.
Las Vegas in Week 16.
All right.
Devontae Adams, another unintended
that's fair.
benefit.
Curious where Drake May is going to go, or if he went. Let's see.
Oh, he just went.
183.
Okay.
Still about where he hasn't moved much.
Only 1 pick after Bo Nix, though.
Yeah.
I
get
don't
it.
want to be this guy, but given we have so much Kansas City in Week 17 and Jalen Warren, how bad would a Justin Fields, Roman Wilson double tap stack to end the draft be? Honestly.
I just don't think we need Justin Fields.
But he needs us. Someone's got to believe in that poor man.
I'd rather just take another shot at receiver. I do
You
want
wanna
to take.
draft-
I do like Roman Wilson for the correlation, though. I think that's fine.
Would you rather draft Diami Brown, a
Yeah.
guy that I don't even
Yes.
know of before 2
Hell-
weeks ago?
Hell yeah.
You know who's also interesting now? Noah Brown. He's signed with
He's with what
Commanders.
team's he on now?
He signed with the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, he could be the number 2.
Basically undrafted too. He's like because he was buried on the depth chart. So
I actually like that pick. That he's a guy. He had like 4 spike weeks last year. He had like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 or 3 games last
Yeah,
year.
wasn't that when like Tank was out and like wasn't like somebody else out? Like
I think Nico missed a couple games.
Nico was out too. Yeah. So I mean, it was like, you know,
But
it was
there's
either
still
him or
players
the Water
that-
Boy.
I'm taking Malik here.
But there's still players that even if given the opportunity would not be able to put up the numbers that he did.
That's fair. Guys that immediately come to mind are like Alexander Madison, like Josh Palmer, guys along those lines.
Najee Harris,
Najee Harris.
So true.
Justin Fields. Oh wait, he actually scores points. Sorry,
Scores fantasy points, not real life points. Very
that's
different.
all. We're playing a
That's
made
what
up
we're
game.
doing. That's what we're doing.
That's true.
Juwan Johnson, we like him.
We do like Juwan Johnson.
So we
Naylor
have,
goes. He was in the queue.
we have a 2-6-7-2 build. Are we going if Roman Wilson or Noah Brown are there? Are we just gonna pick one of those guys and call it a day?
I think I prefer Noah Brown just for 2 reasons. One, we already have a Steeler and it's a running back, so it kind of negatively correlates with Roman Wilson. So if we're going for like the Week 17 thing, like we shouldn't really take both of them, if that makes sense. And then Noah Brown is basically undrafted. So
Yeah, I like that.
unless you guys want another receiver here, Tyler Boyd's interesting. Darius Slayton, Tim Patrick's dead. I don't know why I drafted him. You guys should have talked me out of that last week. Josh Reynolds is interesting too. He's probably the locked-in wide receiver 2 in Denver now. I don't know how much of value that role has, but
Yeah,
I was just about
he's
to say, you guys
he's
were-
just kind
I
of
was-
shitty. That's the only problem.
I was saying last episode we should have drafted Bo Nix, and I was getting a lot of crap from both of you. Now you guys want to get his.
No, I
No,
think you got to
no,
go
Bo
back
Nix
and look
is
at the tape. I like
Yeah.
Bo Nix.
yeah, watch the film.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go watch the film.
I
All right,
said
what do you
Bo
guys think
Nix.
here?
I'm fine with any of the 3. Noah Brown is probably the least drafted.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
All right, you guys want to do one more? We'll analyze the team first, obviously.
Yeah, let's analyze the team. I want to take a step back. I just doing the draft. I really like the way this team came out, though.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Mahomes, Goff, quarterback, White, Warren, Corum, Chuba, Chubb, and Bigsby running back. St. Brown, Debo, Devontae, Hollywood, Shakir, Burton, Malik Washington, Noah Brown, and then Travis Kelce and Tyler Conklin at tight end. Thoughts?
Nope. I think we just won.
I think congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Shake my hand.
I mean, it's, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of teams that have like the Kelsey Mahomes stack, but I think we took a couple shots with like the Tank Bigsby's, Malik Washington, Noah Brown, some guys that would set us apart with some of the more, templated stacks, if you will.
Yeah. No, I like it. I agree. You guys ready for another one?
Yeah. Let's jump in.
All right.
Let's see if we get pick 6 again.
Yeah, I'm rage quitting from pick 6.
Wow, look at this. I remember when we did this a couple weeks ago, we would have to wait a minute or two for it to fill, and now it looks like, we basically just started a lobby already.
Yep.
Oh, we got the 101.
Nice.
Interesting.
All right,
So
yeah,
is this an auto McCaffrey for you guys, or is this a consideration for a Lamb or Tyreek?
I would consider Lamb. What about you, Eric?
He's going McCaffrey.
I lean McCaffrey, like I said, like a couple weeks ago. I hate getting the 101 because I prefer Lamb, but I feel like I just have to take McCaffrey here.
I need redemption from Bonesaw, so I'm gonna overrule everything and pick McCaffrey because he told me to.
Yeah, Bonesaw says CMC. Yeah, here's the thing that I love. I have 9%. I'm over the field on McCaffrey and CD Lamb. It's running good. The problem is I'm way under on the first running backs, Bijan and Brees. I don't know. I think
if we go McCaffrey, we can't pick a running back till like round 8.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not
if
even
he's going to count for 2, he's going to count for 2 guys,
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, if he averages 25 points, which is not like that crazy, like if you get 2 guys who average 12, then you're getting 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah. I mean, McCaffrey scores 20. You know what, Bonesaw? I was going to say Chase, and then I saw you were still in here. I was like, I can't go back on my word now. I have to just fully commit to the Chase hate.
No Theo Johnson in this draft. What am I going to do?
You're going to pick, let's see.
Draft. Nah, we'll just go wide receiver first.
You could pick Diami Brown or Tyler Boyd.
Damn, this is so disgusting. Malik. I was not ready for these clocks to switch to an hour. It's too much for me.
So, Anthony, while Eric is drafting, now that we took McCaffrey, I wasn't joking when I said we should probably wait until like round 8.
No, I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, like I said, you're getting 2 for the price of 1 because McCaffrey literally is going to average
like 24, McCaffrey, GM
24.
Oh, Shalom.
I mean, look at that man right there. That's the face of a man.
That's a
on
handsome
mission.
man.
Yeah,
handsome man.
He's dropping 30.
Wait, okay. So I have a question. Let me go back to our draft. Do you guys know who Crack Rock is?
No.
He's like this guy on Twitter. I don't. He always tweets I'm hanging with Robert Kraft. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with this guy. Who are these 3 motherfuckers on my screen?
I don't know, man. You came to us.
Shalom, introduce yourselves. Brian, introduce yourself.
My name is Brian. Shalom. I am a redraft and dynasty player turned attempted underdog best ball player. This is only our 4th or 5th draft that we're doing, but excited for the ride.
Anthony?
Oh, yeah. I'm Anthony. Shalom as well. And I'll just repeat what Brian said. Rest of that stuff.
Yeah. So I'm the guy. They're the Goobers. I'm the Gumby.
That's right. We're the Goobers.
Happy to have you, JMC. So George
JMC.
This guy. Let me introduce you. Give you some lore about this guy. So he maxed Best Ball Mania 150 drafts 2 months ago, and he just finished maxing the sprint I think last week, a couple weeks ago. So he's a true sick fuck. He's one of us.
JMC, I don't know if Gumby introduced you to the draft simulation tool that that he's been building, but that'll be very handy for the weeklies. I've been working on building out a template for him to help out. So if you haven't checked it out already, make sure to use the promo code launch.
Yeah, I think McCaffrey plays more best ball than dailies, but I don't really know. I think he plays basketball.
With the Sims, you could play it all.
True.
All right. Coming up on our pick here, 4 away.
Yeah, you guys are happy to see Barkley's already off the board, so I can't know you there.
Never Barkley. Never Barkley.
Yeah, check it out. Let us know if you have any questions. So who do you guys like here? Anyone standing out?
Just took Debo. We just took Adams, so I feel like I don't want to double up again. I don't know. I
mean, if
have a
Debo
soft spot
falls,
for Cup.
if Debo falls, though, that's great value. Same with Waddle. Even though like we have
I'd be
McCaffrey.
cool with Waddle.
I'm a big Waddle guy this year.
I'm cool with that.
Me too.
Yeah, McCaffrey said he mainly plays MLB, NBA dailies, but he'll be in NFL. It's kind of, yeah, it's my first year really playing NFL. Fell in love with the game on NBA.
Did we talk about what we think about Cup for the upcoming season? Because I just want to know if I'm the only one that feels like a bounce back year is incoming here, or if I'm just like I'm just stupid.
I don't think he's washed for sure. Cup goes there. To me, we have 2 picks here. To me, it's Waddle and Neighbors. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah,
Waddle,
I'd be cool with Neighbors. Yeah, I kind of like it.
Let's do it.
And McCaffrey and Waddle correlate in week 16.
You held out long enough for us to max and get him in the third. Much appreciated. Yeah, true.
We'll see. JMC, I'd go back and watch earlier in the video too, and probably round 2 or 3 of our first draft that we did. I don't know. We were talking about. What are you shaking your head about? I didn't even make my point.
I know what it's going to be. Go ahead.
All I was saying is that Ayuk and McLaurin are very similar in that people love to analyze them. They break the charts when looking at like the Trinity score or, evaluating their yards per out run.
What the fuck is the Trinity score?
The Trinity score is a way that you evaluate wide receivers.
Oh my God, you are more of a nerd than I thought. Holy shit. I've literally never heard of that.
Really? Yeah, look it up. Trinity score. But they're these guys that pop off the screen on paper, but when it comes to actually scoring points, they're not the guy. So Ayuk in the third is good, but I wouldn't be celebrating it as much as you were saying.
Trinity score. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Look at that.
Amen.
AMC saying
you just don't have a Trinity score.
That makes sense why you have.
And Bonesaw thinks that's fake news.
It's not fake news. I will add it to the description of the video. You guys can educate yourselves.
The Trinity score. Okay. Like, as someone who's like really deep in the weeds with like all this shit, like I've literally never heard that in my life. So it's pretty funny.
That is funny. That's a pretty common term. I'm surprised no one's heard of it.
Yeah, no. That's funny. All right. So
DJ Moore, come on.
We still have.
We still got.
Anthony. If DJ Moore falls to us.
All right, we got 15 picks. We're good.
All right, I got no eliminator drafts to do. I'm chilling. We're good.
I think who I would probably target here, assuming he's actually there, is Cooper.
I agree with that, JMC. I think Ayuk is definitely better.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about we listen to the point being made before we just say that Ayuk equals McLaurin? All I'm saying is that they are similar players in that they are very talented route runners, but they don't actually produce meaningful fantasy points on your team. That's all I'm saying. Check the tape.
Brian, there's this guy. This guy Skyhook actually is a pretty well-known guy. There's this guy in Discord who you just reminded me of. This guy Crutches. He someone will start arguing with him and they'll say something and he'll be like, "Don't say it. Don't read what I'm not saying. Don't read what I'm not saying." Like that. He'll say that all the time. It's so mad.
Yeah, no, I like Ayuk the talent. I just don't know if he'd outscore other guys that are going in a similar range to him.
Unironically, I kind of agree with this. Aren't they kind of pissed off? The Niners. They got to be a little.
Did you see what Shanahan said?
No. Shanahan
said this was yesterday or 2 days ago before he actually signed the contract, but he's like, I have to focus on coaching the guys that are actually at practice.
Oh boy. I mean, it's not that far of a stretch. He was in the doghouse like 2 years ago. So
Yeah, he was. I remember that. Like
It
in
was
September,
bad.
he literally was scoring like 1 point a game.
yeah. Yep. I don't know. Like, I feel like people think that the 49ers are like smarter than they are. I feel like they just kind of lucked into Brock Purdy, and then I don't know. I think Shanahan's
They did.
smart.
Yeah, but I mean, no, they draft well though. I mean, the Super Bowl with Garoppolo too.
That's true. And yeah. Playing week 1
Yeah.
without Ayuk and Trent. Yeah, Trent Williams is another big. Like, I think that's way bigger than people are talking about. Like,
Yeah,
no one's even mentioning that.
but who do they
I
play
agree.
week 1? Who does San Francisco play again?
You didn't memorize this yet?
No,
Who are they playing week
still working
17?
on it. I'm trying to, yeah, the Lions.
They play the Lions in week
Oh
17.
my God, you guys are fucking nuts.
I don't know who they play week 1.
Jets.
I mean,
Oh,
Is it-
no,
oh,
they're
that's
fine.
right.
They're gonna kill
fine.
Brock
They're gonna
Purdy.
Smoke them.
a Rodgers
No, they're gonna be
revenge game.
fine.
Jets D line
They're
is
gonna
crazy.
fucking McCaffrey's gonna get 35 touches. No, they're smoking them. I'm telling
Anthony's
you right
already
now.
cashing the check that he's gonna write with this team we're drafting here.
I'm saying 30-17.
That's respectable.
I don't know. I think the Jets are much better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. They're a good team.
I think they are, but you know,
They're
San
they're
Francisco.
it's a fragile build.
Fragile.
It's a fragile build.
It's kind of like what we're gonna do here with one running back through like 9 rounds.
Yeah.
Very fragile.
When the running back is McCaffrey, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
I really like Cooper here. I'm really hoping he falls to us. I don't think he will, but one can hope. He correlates with us well too.
What happens if Terry's the number 1 receiver on the board? What do you think, Brian?
You can't take him.
I think we
We
have
just
to.
can't. No, we
We have
can't.
to do it and create a new score. The Holy Spirit score.
Okay, I'm down for the Holy Spirit. We could also take McBride. I love McBride.
Mm.
I just don't like. I don't like elite tight end. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, we can because I've done 75 drafts without taking elite tight end. So like, I don't. If you guys really want it, I'm fine with it. I get it. You want to go into week
Haven't
7.
we got an elite tight end in like every draft we've done though? We already took McBride in 1. We took Kelsey.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Don't take
um,
Cooper
so
yet. Let's
we have
talk
2
through
picks.
our second pick.
Yeah,
Because Cooper, we're definitely taking.
I like Xavier Worthy personally.
It seems really rich to take him in round 5.
Week 1 brain.
Why can't you just take McLaurin? Well, we gotta take Cooper now.
No,
We gotta run
JMC.
the
I'm a
Lions.
winner. I like the Yankees. Thank you very much.
That kind of does look like a Mets shirt.
Oh, yeah, it kind of does. Now this is.
So this pick, do we want to take Worthy, or does anyone else have?
We could take Worthy. I like Ridley.
Yeah.
Anthony?
I mean, you guys can go for it. I'm not a Worthy fan, but if you guys are both in on him,
I just see the path. See the path for upside.
I just think he's a tiny speedster.
Bonesaw, Mets fan.
Bonesaw, I'm sorry for your loss and every future loss for the rest of your life. Edwin Diaz is overrated. I've been saying it for years. He had 1 good season. That was it.
Did you see that walk-off grand slam the other day?
Of
Was it
course I
yesterday?
did. I think it was
I wouldn't say
yesterday.
that he only had 1 good season.
I mean, didn't he break records that one season though?
Yeah,
Edwin
He was-
Diaz
he
is
was
the
nice for
Jamar Chase
Seattle,
of the
too.
MLB.
Oh, like, well,
1 good year, and then people just prop him up, think he's something more than he's not, and then they're just screwed and stuck with him.
oh yeah, man. I'm sure every NFL team is screwed if they had Chase right now. They'd be
Truth serum.
pissed.
Is Eli a Hall of Famer, and why is the correct answer no?
This is such an easy question. JMC, if you come into the chat, you have to challenge us. You can't just give us layups. Eli Manning beat the best NFL player in NFL history 2 times in the most meaningful game in the season twice, and won MVP that year with 2 of the most memorable plays
Super-
in the
So
NFL.
is
Super
Nick
MVP.
Foles halfway to a Hall of Famer?
No,
It's a fair
because he
question.
retired.
Wow, a lot of
Eli
haters
is
in
not
the chat
elite.
today.
I will say Eli's not an elite talent, but he is such a deer in headlights that he doesn't get phased under pressure because he doesn't know what pressure is. He just kind of stands there looking stupid.
I mean, here's the strongest argument for Eli in the Hall of Fame. You can't tell the story of the NFL without the Giants being the undefeated Patriots, and he was the Super Bowl MVP. So like,
I mean, it was the biggest upset in Super Bowl history by the spread. They were expected to lose by like 19 and a half. That was literally the spread in 2007.
yeah,
I watched the highlights of both of those Super Bowls at least once a month since those games have happened. No joke. I just watched it 2 weeks ago, and it was amazing.
Colorado's still losing, by the way.
Yes,
Are they?
are. It's 20 to
2017. I don't know. I'm an Eli guy. I'm biased.
I'm definitely biased, but 2-time Super Bowl MVP against the greatest quarterback of all time, it's really hard to not.
Are you a Jets fan, Bonesaw? I'm assuming based on that.
He's a Mets fan. He's a loser. Of course he is.
I mean, all Mets fans too. Only for impact on the sport and lore not being good. Which, yeah, fair. But like, I mean, we're not gonna act like he's Daniel Jones. Like he's not
right. No,
that
he was
bad.
good.
Like he's average. He's fine. And he also played in the NFL for like 15 years, which is
Longevity. Only missed one game because Ben McAdoo was an idiot.
Oh, Niners fan.
Oh, that's why he was
Jesus
saying that
Christ.
Terry's not Ayuk. Okay, I hit a nerve there, Bonesaw, did I?
I feel like the
it all
problem
makes
is like the people who play a lot of best ball, like they're not even like fans of teams anymore. They just root for whoever they draft. Like
Yeah.
I can't do that. I always have it in me. I'm just gonna root for the Giants. Like I can't. I'd
Me
rather
too.
the Giants win than me win fantasy football. Maybe I'm stupid.
No, that's not stupid. I mean, I guess it depends how much money you got into it.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully I never put so much money into it where I need to win, where I care that much. Like that's kind of where I'm at. Like it's like whatever. That's already gone to me. It'd be going to Joe Biden anyway, so not to get political. All right, let's take a look at the board here. So you guys still good to keep going receiver? What are you guys thinking?
I'd say receiver or quarterback, but quarterback we can wait. CJ, CJ Stroud available, he does correlate in week 16.
No, he's gone.
Okay.
Caleb Williams
I
at
see you
66.
have what 7.8% of Godwin. What do you think about him this season? I feel like he's a forgotten guy, but I think he's still productive.
Guy. Yeah, like I said, I'm just all in on McMillan, so I'd rather McMillan.
Yeah, so for you it doesn't make sense, I guess. Okay.
I mean, but like if you guys like him, like I said, I don't like he's fine.
No, I mean I don't.
7%
Yeah, I'm not enamored with him.
Yeah.
I don't mind him.
I think Godwin he'll have like 75% of the fantasy points that Ayuk has. I'm not saying that to be funny. I really believe that.
Are we grading everyone on a scale from like 0 to Ayuk?
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to make a point to Bonesaw that Ayuk is a replaceable fantasy football talent.
McCaffrey is JMO pilled. I don't think I've taken him a lot. Yeah, I only have 4%. So we got 2 picks here. I mean, Kittle's falling again if you guys want to do the Kittle Purdy. Not Purdy yet, but
we have McCaffrey as well.
I know even though it's a running back, it still correlates because McCaffrey is obviously like a receiver basically.
Yeah, we can do that. Good
so
value.
We'll take Kittle here and then probably another receiver.
I like Christian Watson from what I can see on the board.
You like him more than JSN?
Yeah, JSN is dead to me.
Whoa.
But if you like him, we can take him.
Doesn't matter to me. What do you think, Anthony?
I'm fine either way.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys want to do. I mean, we have enough Hollywood, so I think we shy away from that for a little bit.
I have 18% JSN, so we'll get Christian Watson. All right, let's look at the team. So we got 0-1-5-1, McCaffrey, Waddle, Neighbors, Cooper, Xavier Worthy, Christian Watson, and Kittle. I like the look at that. So we're definitely going to go Purdy.
I was so freaking tempted to go Kamara, though. I know that we said no running back till round 8, but man, I just love Kamara, man.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Jameson Williams?
Go ahead, Anthony.
I would not touch him. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like he had a chance like last season. With really, I mean, obviously I'm on Roz there, but I feel like they wanted to get him involved and like they kind of made the effort to get him involved. And I mean, he did. He had a couple nice plays here and there, but I don't know. I wouldn't touch him right now. I just haven't seen enough to like be given confidence. Unless he really just fell in my lap and there was like nobody else.
I've realized that Anthony's a big I gotta say it first guy. Like, I'm surprised you're in on Achan.
Me too.
I mean, I guess you
About
kind
me?
of saw it from A. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I mean Achan, like I mean, it was short lived, but he had like 4 weeks where the dude was fucking the #1 RB.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we talked about this too, but like that's the thing about best ball where it's like different than home leagues, where like if you have a guy who scores 40 points in a week, that so dramatically increases your advance rate. Whereas like in home leagues, it's like you got to win and like it doesn't matter anymore. But like that 40 points like stacks on top of each other, and it just means so much.
That's why I was saying in our last draft with Noah Brown, somebody who can put up 25 plus points as your last pick on an unknown wide receiver core, worth the shot.
Yeah, let me know when you find the guy who's going to put up 25 points in the last round. It's definitely not Noah Brown.
Noah Brown did it last year 4 times.
Yeah, with CJ Stroud. He's fact checking me.
No,
Kamara's still
I'm
falling.
just going to tell
Anthony's
you.
favorite player.
dude, it's crazy. How many more picks? Oh,
I
15
like players
picks
that
right
score points, not players that look good.
Yeah, but like it's all about the swagger. Looking good is half the battle. I don't know what's going on in the middle of this draft here, but we got Brock Bowers big reach,
Oof.
Dallas Goddard big
Goddard.
reach, Caleb Williams
Oof.
big reach. What are we doing?
That's crazy. We started a tight end run unintentionally.
Malik Washington after Waddle's fourth
Wow,
injury.
Hollywood
we
Brown
just
went after
took,
Keon Coleman.
we took Malik Washington in the last draft. I've been trying to get more of him. And then Will Shipley. Yeah, I'm Will Shipley pilled because I'm just not taking Saquon at all. I have 0% Saquon, which Anthony's
that's a
not happy
mistake.
about, but I just refuse to take
Mistake.
him. I don't think he's good.
Oh my.
I really don't.
I think Will Shipley could be an underrated short,
He's
third
not gonna
down
do
and short goal
jack.
line. We'll see. I mean, we talk about, what have you done for me lately? Barkley's injury history over the last couple of years is not good.
He's going to score less than 100 points.
He's got a lot of
the
tread on
season.
those tires.
Also, if you guys see me looking
Who's
down,
that?
it's because
Shipley.
if you guys see me looking down
See.
to my left, it's because my second monitor is on the floor. So that's why.
Elite setup.
Yeah, I know. I gotta figure it out. Yeah. So we were talking about late round picks. Like Madison just stands out to me as like he's the only in that range. He's the only clear running back too.
What about Jordan Mason? Is he not around that spot?
Not anymore.
Tyrone Tracy seems like the number 2.
Yeah, that's the plan. Tyrone Tracy. Yeah, but he's like 30 picks earlier. Where is
Justice Hill?
Madison?
Oh, no, not with J.K. Dobbins there.
These are the guys next to Matt. P. Ryan's not real. His ADP is fake. He's going like 20 picks ahead of that. Like Dalvin Cook, I'm just not drafting him.
We're also up in
212. Yeah, I don't think Samandre's being drafted there anymore, though. That's the problem. Oh, we're up soon.
We're up in a couple picks here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. Jalen Warren again correlates with us with Kansas City in Week 17.
I just love Jalen Warren so much.
I said we were not taking a running back till round 8. Are we in round 8? We are.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm cool with double tapping running back here, Jalen Warren and like Tony Pollard, and then like chilling for a little bit.
What about any consideration to Jordan Love with Christian Watson already?
I'd rather get Purdy and deal with quarterback. Actually, Purdy might not fall to us.
Any
I know we got to wait like
consideration to
25
Zamir
minutes.
White, or do we not like him?
Zamir White's gone, but I don't like him
damn.
over Warren or Pollard.
We got Pollard too. Pollard's not a bad option if Warren does go. Can we see the receivers?
That's fair.
Okay, you could go away from the receivers.
All right,
I don't know. I think Warren
Pollard
seems like a good
goes.
start.
So probably Warren first pick, and then like we could take Love if you guys want.
I mean, we could try to push Purdy one more swing back.
We could still push Purdy though. That's my thing. We could take Love and have still have an out in Purdy.
I mean, we could get Njoku. Oh, we already have Kittle.
Yeah.
Yes, we're waiting there. Oh yeah, we don't have any QBs right now. All right, yeah, we gotta start thinking here. I thought we had one.
McCaffrey.
What about Jonathan Brooks or Love? Yeah, I mean, Love.
JMC likes Jordan Love.
That's right.
He also likes Jamison Williams, though.
I mean, I like his. I liked his talent in Alabama. I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like, it's kind of dependence on how you approach things. But for me, I got to see at least the flash. And I feel like with Jameson Williams, I haven't even seen like the flash yet. Even if it's not consistency, I got to see like just a flash of like, oh my god, like this guy could be like who we think he is. And I don't know. I haven't seen him in JMO yet.
That's true. He didn't say to draft JMO. He just said that he's JMO build.
I mean, I will say there is definitely a noticeable difference between how Dan Campbell's talking about him this year going into this season versus going into last season. If you guys remember, wasn't JMO suspended the first like 6 games last year?
Yeah.
Dan Campbell pretty consistently said going into the season that they were just trying to ramp him up and they were going to take it slow and that he was going to eventually get a bigger workload as the season went on. All they report, and I'm not saying that I'm JMO pilled, I'm just offering a different opinion here, that Dan Campbell's been pretty high on JMO in the offseason. So I don't know, maybe he could be primed for a bigger role. I mean, they do need a solid wide receiver too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know if you guys know Coach Speak Index on Twitter, but like
is that like the reliability score?
Yeah, and he said that Dan Campbell is very reliable with this kind of stuff, and like he showed like the quotes about Jameson Williams from like last year, and like he's just slowly ramping up like how positively he's talking about him.
Yeah,
so that is pretty bullish for him actually. It's probably a leak. I'm not taking him enough, I guess.
I wouldn't mind taking him with this specific build just because we have Kittle and McCaffrey and maybe Purdy if he falls to us. That could be like, again, it'll be a popular game choice for like builds, but might be worth it.
Yeah.
What's his ADP anyway?
Who's ADP?
Did he go already?
Yeah, he goes in like the 80s.
Oh, okay. I'm out on him then.
it's just like a best ball pick, bro. It's best ball brain. Like it's not anything more than that.
Yeah, that's a shame. All right, well, so we have a 1-2-5-1 build. I like the build again. I feel like we're really hitting our stride, which is a shame because this will probably be the last one we're able to do before the tournament fills. But I feel like we're getting the construction down pretty good.
Yeah. What is this, our sixth draft on stream?
Sixth or seventh.
Let's see. Yeah, it's 95%, and it was filling like 2% a day a couple weeks ago, and then like yesterday it was like 3%. I'm assuming now it's going to be like 3.5, and just probably fill tomorrow or Saturday.
Yeah. Also, while we have another 8 picks, anyone that's in here, JMC Bonesaw, I'm looking at you. Feel free to subscribe to our channel. Also if you want the sim apps, the sim that I was referencing earlier, Gumbysims.streamlit.app. Use the promo code launch to get a free 2-week trial on the weeklies on Underdog that they run, and then $20 per week afterwards.
So I'm at 78 BBMs, so I'm not maxing it. 150 max, not happening. But I feel like that's fine. I look at my exposures. I feel like I like my exposures. Like
a lot of Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's just always there. Like, why would I not take him?
Well, if you have so much, if you have neighbors,
Daniel Jones.
I have so much neighbors, and I have so much Theo. Like, a lot of times I just take Daniel Jones and Theo at the end of the draft. Like, I'll have 2 fine quarterbacks. Like, you could go 2 quarterback, but I'll just take a third just for like the third out in like week 16 and 17.
So
yeah, I know my plan was to 0% Zeke. Someone was really happy too. Yeah,
yeah,
I have a lot of Zeke.
I'm with you there.
You don't like Zeke?
No.
All right, we'll talk about Zeke after these picks.
Yeah, we're up next.
Yeah.
We got one more pick. Ford and Chubb, 1 or 2 of them correlate with us pretty heavily in week 17 with Miami. Not sure if we wanted to reach on either of them, but that's an option we have. Adonai Mitchell also correlates.
Ooh,
if he's still there.
That's interesting.
I like Mitchell personally.
Yeah, I don't think we have any exposure to him for us so far, Brian. So that could be a good play. Yeah, this is 4 years ago. That's how I feel about Delvin Cook.
We'll talk about. Do you guys like Spears here? Spears, Dowdle. I think running back is the play here. That's why I'm.
I like Spears, Dowdle, or Cleveland running back. Any of those four, I'm good with.
Or Wicks. That's true. Do you guys want to just fucking hammer receiver?
Yeah, we only live once.
So
Let's just get that Green Bay offense. Wick seems like a good.
Who do they play in
best
Week
ball
17?
player.
Minnesota.
Yeah, at Minnesota in a dome, which is good.
I like it. Yeah. I was queuing up Ty Chandler now.
Queuing up all the Vikings.
Big weather guy.
Yeah, like I feel like this year I'm not doing a lot of. This might be stupid, but I haven't been doing a lot of like double stacks, like Wicks and Watson. I've been doing more like take like Watson and then like bring it back and like take another stack and then bring it back. But I haven't been doing a lot of doubles, which is probably a leak.
I think for a place
So
like
true.
what's that? Oh yes.
We love teams that have a dome. So true.
I agree.
So true.
Welcome, Alex.
Welcome, GM.
What's GM?
Good morning.
It's 10 p.m.
It's like a thing.
I would say GN.
Yeah, well, you could say that.
I do think, though, going back to the point with the wide receivers, Christian Watson and Wicks, where there's like no true number one, at least not projected going into the season, I think that's a good play for something like this, especially already having Love on the team.
Agreed.
You just never know who's going to be the guy.
Like, I think we know, though. I think it's pretty clear that Wicks is the fourth guy.
I don't know. I mean, he's had some. Again, he's like a better version of Noah Brown.
Fourth behind Watson. Oh, okay. Reed and Dobbs.
But
I
the
agree with you,
problem is
JMC. Ty
he
Chandler
loves
every time.
Dobbs. Eric loves Dobbs, so he thinks
love
Dobbs
Dobbs.
is the number one.
He is the number one. He's going to be on the field the most. He's never coming off.
But he doesn't score points. Going back to every argument, you only make money by scoring points. He doesn't score them. Wicks could score what Dobbs will have in 2 weeks combined on one play. He basically did in the preseason in one play.
Yeah, but
We'll
he
see.
has to be on the field. It's kind of week one brains, not like Wicks. I get it, but
I agree. Yes, get that best ball mentality going.
The student becomes the master.
Brian, your week one brain is showing. Come on.
No, my week one brain is off. I'm like, how can we get the most points in week 17? That's why I'm like, Minnesota in a dome? Hell yeah.
It's crazy the transition in just 6 drafts.
I'm happy that I did all my drafts before getting into this, because otherwise I would have a bunch of JMOs and Dontavian Wicks in the first 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's true.
Best ball is a disease.
I know, it really is. I mean, if I'm
Chubb?
sitting here, I'm hoping and praying for Ty Chandler. Like, that would just be so nice.
He's not
What if
coming
Chubb's
to
still
us.
there? What if Chubb's still there?
No, Ty Chandler.
We have 2 picks. We could pick Chubb first to show
Okay.
dominance, and then pick Ty Chandler to show that he fell 1 extra pick.
I'm curious how many drafts these people have done.
What do you guys think about Jalen Wright here? We already have Waddle. Again, thinking in week 17 brain, if one of the 2 of them gets hurt between Achane and Mostert, who's to say Wright can't be the guy?
The problem is it's like we talked about, like receiver and running back like negatively correlate in like one game. So like if our second round pick is going off, which we kind of need, Ty Chandler goes, which we kind of need to we kind of need the nuts. We need Waddle to go off to win. That means that probably Jalen Wright's not going off. So,
but Tyreek Hill and Achane and Mostert all went off in the same game multiple times last year.
yeah, well, Achane was the most efficient running back of all time, and Tyreek Hill is the best receiver in the league. So it's a little bit different than like betting on Jalen Wright to beat Devon Achane.
Why not?
So it's possible.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, let's see.
all our,
Let's see who's there.
All our Minnesota guys our game stack is going to shit here.
That's okay. We already have all of the Green Bay offense.
Well, we're getting baited into taking Zeke, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
We're getting. Let's see who's the wide receivers here.
We have 7. We're not going receiver.
Okay.
Please, no Zeke.
I mean,
I beg of you, Gumby. Please.
We could take Watson too.
Watson correlates a ton.
What do you guys think here, running back wise? Jaleel?
Jalen McLaughlin, here we go. We're back to our first draft.
But I was gonna say, I made the exact same decision of picking McLeal or Jaleel. Sorry, Jaleel. You know what? I'll
oh my
say
God,
after
Russell
this.
Wilson at 138.
Wow.
Let's go.
All right,
so we have one more pick.
Do we go to Deshaun Watson for the stack against Miami in Week 17?
I just feel like running back gets so thin here. We should take one of these 4 guys.
All right, I'm good with either of the middle 2.
Yeah. It's fine.
We'll go Algier.
Shame.
Algier's kind of good. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's a little slept on too.
He's just a good football player, but
yeah, like I feel like because nobody like he's just completely forgot about because everyone's obviously riding Bijan so high, and it's like if Bijan went down, Algier actually put up points last year. Like, I like him.
Oh, he put me on autopilot.
JMC, going back to what we talked about with Ayuk and Terry, when Watson played full games last year, he was a top 10 quarterback. It looks ugly.
Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, dude, him and Amari Cooper with Watson last year was on pace for like 1,800 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. I'm not saying that's what he's going to do. But Watson, when he was healthy and played last year, he scored points. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's like golf. There's no pictures on the scorecard. I could thin 5 shots and still make a par. But you know what? No one's going to know because they're just going to see the result. I agree. Watson's not a good quarterback, but he's a good fantasy quarterback because he runs.
When he played last year, he had 21, 12, 21, 18, 17 points.
It's pretty good.
Solid. I don't think that's
a solid QB2. Quarterback scoring was down last year, so that actually was right around top 10, top 12.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of bad. I mean, Dak.
Well, yeah. A lot of QB.
Goff was the eighth quarterback last year.
You want to know? Here's a perfect example of why best ball is so fucked. Because I'm just looking at Amari Cooper's game log last year. If you guys remember, in Week 16,
52 points.
52 points. So like, you could have the perfect team, meticulously game stacked, and then you don't have Amari Cooper. Congratulations, you lose. Good luck. See you next year.
Who would have had the Amari Cooper Joe Flacco stack?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, that game, so Amari Cooper, I think he got hurt that game or something and missed the next game against the Jets.
He did,
like I said, best ball, people are sick fucks, so we remember everything in like the playoffs last year. So that game went off. The Thursday night game, gross game, like rain, and like everyone from that game went off.
Yeah.
It was like Greece. Yeah, everyone.
And Njoku had like a 17-point game.
Yeah. Watson's shoulder still fucked. It's been an eternity. Let someone else.
Yeah, but until he twists an ankle or tears an ACL, he's a good fantasy quarterback.
Like, that's how I think in my brain, but I think I have a lot of him, actually. I don't like it, but.
Yeah, we've looked at this before. You do.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't like that.
1.5.
I only picked McCarthy twice, though.
Pretty low on Kyler. Only 5.1.
Yeah, that's because I don't take a lot of McBride.
I gotta say, I mean, I know it's only 2.6%, but 2.6% of Gardner Minshew is 2.6% more than I would be interested in all fairness.
Yeah. I think I just take like someone like that when it's like, oh shit, it's round 17. I need a second quarterback. Like, I'm kind of fucked here.
Right, just remember, if you guys are liking the stream, we're going to keep doing these during the season as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to make sure that you see when we're going live.
We can also do sprints and marathons too. These are not filling. So
yeah, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the stream and off stream for a couple minutes, but I actually did a marathon draft a couple days ago. It was actually very fun. It's just cumulative points. You don't really need to care about correlation. And
the marathon is not fun.
I enjoy it. It's close to redraft, so my brain enjoys it.
you'll see when you like the problem. Like everyone was complaining last year about like that type of format where it's like by like week 3, like all right, like my team's dead.
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
Then I don't have to care.
Fair. Yeah.
All right. What
I
are we
like the
thinking
opposite.
here?
Oh yeah, we'll discuss.
Up in 3 picks. We have what do we have? A 1-3-7-1. I don't know if we need any receivers unless someone
1-4-7-1.
Yeah, no, I
1-4-7-1.
agree.
Oh, 1-4-7-1.
Is this opportunity for a second tight end yet, or is that too
I'd probably
bullish?
Who's
still
there?
wait, but you guys like Khalil Herbert?
I kind of do, man.
I
feel
do
like he's
too.
a forgotten guy too.
He
And like
is.
Swift, I mean, you want to talk about, Brian, you keep talking about injuries and guys that can't prove they can stay healthy. I mean, that's DeAndre Swift to a T. And Herbert's actually pretty damn efficient. Like,
He is.
I know he's not like flashy play guy, but I mean, he's very efficient, and I think he's going to get an opportunity to carve out a little bit of a role for sure. And I do like him, and I feel like nobody wants him.
We also got to start thinking about quarterback 2 as well. So that's why
Who's available?
Like I think Hunter Henry and Drake May is good here. Oh shit! I got put on the autopilot.
Well, you got to make a pick.
All right, you guys want Hunter Henry?
You do. It's fine. Hunter Henry or Conklin.
Yeah.
All right, I think Hunter Henry with the Drake May stack is the way to go.
Who do we pick after Algier? We went Algier, and who was the other player?
Herbert,
Oh, McLaughlin. No, McLaughlin.
dude, keep getting put on autopilot. Not liking that. That's new. That's never happened to me before. What were we talking about before that?
We were talking about.
Oh, the different contests.
Oh yeah, like the marathon and why you don't like it.
So the one that I'm doing, like the slow drafts in, is the Eliminator, and I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. I don't know how to do it from here, but it's basically like, here we go. So it's basically like each week, like the top, like. So at the end of round 1, there's 12 teams in round 1, and the top 10 move on. And then round 2, there's 10 teams in it, and the top 8 move on. And it just keeps like slowly eliminating more and more people from each round.
That seems intriguing. It's almost
Yeah.
like a guillotine league in redraft, but a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's... I like that a lot more than like marathon.
That's
or even
fun.
Sprint.
It's
Yeah,
almost
no,
like a
it's good.
Survivor League, but for redraft.
Yeah.
As you can tell, people like it a lot. It filled like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
Let's
then
go
the
back to
other
our
one that...
draft. I want to see our team.
I thought I did.
I think we have a 1-5-7-2 right now.
1572.
So
Three
we're going to do the
picks to
Drake
go.
stack, I think. We're settled on that as long as he makes it back.
Yeah, Drake May stack.
Is this a 3-quarterback build? Do we trust Jordan Love to lead us to the promised land until Drake May gets the starting job?
Like personally, I do, but I can see the argument for 3-quarterback. And if we like walk into one, that's fine. Like this is always how I walk into Daniel Jones and Theo Johnson. Like this is exactly what I
Brian,
mean.
we know you asked that just because you see Justin Fields on the board. Don't lie to us.
I'm not bringing it up, but if he's living in your head rent free, I'm not gonna collect the check.
I could see it in this team. You might convince me.
Of course you can. You can see it in every team. It's a
Always
good pick.
trust
It really is. A Fields and then a Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, any of the wide receiver 2s, 3s, it'll work.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Like I think it'd be for me Roman Wilson or nothing.
Shad Bateman. Yeah, I remember when I thought he was going to be good.
Some people, I don't know if it's like the Trinity Score truthers, but they're backing on Rashad Bateman. Like some advanced analytics nerds on Twitter are into him.
I've seen that. I disagree. He's somebody unlike JMO that I don't think has a chance to do well. Anthony, you're the resident Pats fan. I'll let you.
I think he's going to get a lot of volume. I think that New England's going to make a commitment to running the ball this year. So I think from a volume perspective, he's got the chance to be productive. But to me, I mean, to me, he's probably going to fall in like the RB like 14 to 17, 18 range. So, I mean, it's
I
not
don't
like a
even know if
sexy
he'll be
pick.
there, dude. Like he's like the typical like he's the guy where it's like you pick him that high because it's like you just don't see anyone else getting the ball, and like that always fails. That's like Zamir White, you know, like
Yep.
who are they going to give the
That's
ball to? I don't
Madison.
know. They'll find someone. He sucks. Like
It was
Drake-
Madison last year.
Drake may just
I
got
would.
drafted,
I
so we
oh,
got
that
to
sucks.
figure out like an emergency stack.
Bo Nix. Oh, does he correlate with anybody, or do we not care at this point?
JMC, to answer your question, I would consider. I would
Supposed to.
comp Ramondre to Joe Mixon, a less efficient Joe Mixon, which is hard to do. That doesn't have touchdown upside.
Well, all right, let's not act like Joe Mixon sucks here. Like, what's
Joe
the
Mixon
vendetta
does
against
suck.
Joe Mixon? Well, no.
Every
Oh.
metric.
All right, we got to figure out a quarterback. We got to figure out a quarterback.
Okay. Justin Fields.
Daniel Jones.
I'm not taking Justin Fields as quarterback two. We'll take him as a quarterback 3 if you want. But
What about
it's either
Bryce? Can we stack
Bryce
anyone
Young,
with
Daniel
Bryce?
Jones or Gardner Minshew.
I don't mind Bryce in this spot. I mean, he
Yeah, I
can't
don't
be worse
either.
than last year.
Who do you guys want to stack him with though? Sanders or Mingo?
Oof,
Oh God.
that's tough.
I know.
Yeah, hold on. Let's rethink.
Daniel Jones, Theo Johnson,
Yeah, you could always go
all reliable.
even like a Darius Slayton. Even if you
I
wanted
like
to go that
I like
direction.
Slayton. Yeah, we already
All right,
have
we'll do
2
Slayton.
tight ends.
So we'll take Jones, and we can push Slayton. We don't have to take.
Yeah,
him
no,
yet.
there was nobody I was willing to stack with Bryce Young there.
I
Couldn't
mean-
do it.
I don't like Wandale.
What about Jalen Naylor? He correlates him and Slayton.
The problem is that's going to be 9 receivers, and I don't want to do that.
What about Tank?
Tank
What other
what?
Bigsby?
We could do that.
What other running backs are there? Just out of curiosity.
I hate this new thing. Justice Hill, Audric Estime, Damon Pierce. Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah,
Or Will Shipley.
no.
Justice Hill or Will Shipley are the other two. But
Took two
I'm fine
Bigsby.
with Bigsby.
And then that leaves us with we got to take a giant, so it's either going to be Theo Slayton or Hyatt.
I would go
I
Slayton.
would go Slayton. Yeah, Hyatt's
Slayton,
just too
you
much
know.
of a.
Wando.
But so Hyatt's interesting because like, what's his like? How many people are drafting him? Like nobody.
Didn't Hyatt get released?
No.
No, he was a freaking.
Are
he
we
was a-
sure?
Yeah, what round did he go in last year?
Joe Mixon sucks and he's washed.
Thank you, JMC.
I think I-
highly agree.
It's fine. Take your DJ. DJ Fields double tap. Fields Warren. Oh yeah, Fields Warren does correlate. That's true.
I know. I've been trying. JMC, welcome to the
I think,
stream, man.
I think Mixon
I
is
found
close to being washed now, but let's not act like his prime. Like, I mean, he was in his prime, like top 7-8 running back.
Oh, so I was thinking of Hodgins, not Hyatt. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay,
pro-
that
like
makes
here's
sense.
here's my thing about Giants receivers here. Like the Giants want so bad for Hyatt to be their wide receiver too. They're hoping, they're wish casting, they're just praying for it. And it's just like all offseason, it just hasn't turned out like that. Like he's fine and like run as fast as you can to the end zone and catch it sometimes. But like he's not gonna run like a diverse route tree. Like Slayton is just better at that, even though he does have in his bag like just
I would
run
agree with
deep.
that.
Slayton
Yeah,
is
he's kind of a
has
one-trick pony.
Slayton's been the number 1 receiver for them in yards the last 3 years, and he's a deep threat guy. Like he runs a ton of go routes every game. He's like I don't know. He's like a poor man's JMO, if you will. JMO runs a ton of go routes. He really does.
Yeah.
All of his highlights, if you look at JMO the last couple of years, have been like 40-yard touchdowns.
All 3 of his highlights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very short video.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do? Right now we have a 2-6-7-2 build. Would you rather go Slayton for the stack, or would you rather go Fields with Jalen Warren in week 17 against?
I'll let Gumby take over because you already know my
Kansas
answer.
City.
So.
I just don't think Fields is going to play unless Russ gets hurt, and that seems like a kind of a crazy parlay to try to kind of hit.
How
here.
is
I
that
don't know.
crazy? He missed all of training camp with a calf injury.
It's different for a quarterback though.
Thank you, JMC.
Fields not a
Dude.
wide receiver.
Just picture this.
We don't have it. We
Pittsburgh-
don't. Go ahead.
Pittsburgh needs to win the game in week 17 to get into the playoffs because they're going to go 500. They always do. Kansas City is going to try to get the 1 seed. So they're going to be throwing the shit out of the ball. Justin Fields is going to be doing anything he can to score points. Najee is going to be irrelevant because they're going to be trailing, and there's going to be a ton of dump offs to Jalen Warren.
Justin
It's a
Fields
free
just went.
stack.
Justin Fields just went.
Fuck.
I mean, we could. Yeah.
Oh God, I like this team so much until then.
Yeah, we're kind of screwed at QB now.
We
If
can
Giants wide
stack
receiver
Feldman
cracks us
into it.
lineup in the playoffs, you were already dead. That's kind of fair. That is a fair point to consider.
What?
Like in the we have Neighbors. We don't need a fucking receiver from the Giants. What
Oh,
are you doing
yeah.
here? Oh, can someone pay attention to our team?
I'm sorry, I forgot. I thought we took him in the first
All
draft.
right, we got to focus here. What are we doing now?
We could
Do we
always
need
go
a
back to Burton.
Do we need a quarterback or no?
We could, but like it's just Gardner Minshew or nothing. Gardner Minshew or nothing.
I know.
Naylor taken. It's getting ugly real quick, boys.
We're the last pick of the draft. That's why. Oh,
Take James.
No, I kind of
I
agree
don't
with
disagree.
JMC. It's not a horrible pick. I didn't want to say it, but
I think we do
Are we
it.
gonna do this?
Dude, if Jameis Winston, how many people are going to draft Jameis? Honestly,
nobody.
0. I mean,
less than 2%.
here. I was arguing the Discord with someone the other day with Easy, and I was like, "How much different is Jameis Winston than Justin Fields?" Like, they're both like betting on a quarterback to get hurt.
The difference is that Jameis just throws the ball a lot of times to the other team. Fields will also run the ball and occasionally drop the ball to the other team. So there's differences.
So this team is Jordan Love, Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston, gross, McCaffrey, Warren, McLaughlin, Tyler Algier, Khalil Herbert, Tank Bigsby. That is a gross running back room. But
I
at least
like
the
it.
receivers are good. Waddle, Neighbors, Cooper, Worthy, Watson, Mitchell, Wicks, and then Kittle, Henry at tight end.
I'm going to call this the value team because we got like 7 or 8 players, 5 or 6 spots past their ADP, which again, I know is not the main priority. It's not redraft, but at the same time, still nice to know when you can get somebody like Dontavian Wicks or Kittle 6 to 9 picks later than where they usually go.
I mean, there is good. Hold on, I can't type and talk.
And
There's good.
well,
There's
2
good. Like,
5 picks later.
I gotta get the Sims. Jameis pick. Here the goat. There's good research that shows that like if you have good ADP value, like you're more likely to advance in the playoffs and more likely to like have a higher expected value. So that it makes sense to want to get the values.
Makes sense. And for JMC, Gumbysims.streamlit.app for the Sims.
Yes, sir.
They use the promo code launch.
Haven't done a BBM in months, but I think you just have to keep extra optionality and not push quarterback too late in the casual rooms. Yeah, that's very true. I've definitely noticed that the quarterbacks do get pushed up. I was getting Drake May consistently in the 18th round like a month ago, and it just doesn't happen anymore.
Even in the drafts that we did, not saying to do it, but if you were to go back to look at our first team and look at the first team that we drafted collectively, if you were to look at the draft board for that versus now, you can see how many more quarterbacks went early today than they did last time when we did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo Nix in the last round.
Bo Nix, Derek Carr, like these are starting NFL quarterbacks.
Daniel Jones,
you know,
95. Where's Drake May here?
He might not have been
He
drafted
went early. No, I thought
Did
he
he?
went early. No.
There's no way he didn't get drafted. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, man, nobody took quarterbacks when we started. That's why I was saying we should.
Hey, he didn't get drafted. That's insanity.
Oh wow.
At the time when we did this, though, remember, Jacoby Myers wasn't hurt, or not Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Brissett wasn't hurt, and there was, a lot of positives that people were talking about with Gerard Mayo saying that Brissett's the guy. Not justifying it, but I'm just providing some perspective.
Yeah, I know. The problem is, like, I just love to push quarterbacks so much, and like, I do get boxed out sometimes, and it creates like dead teams. But like, it also it just gives you the possibility to create like a super team, which I just always want to do.
Getting those skill position guys, it's much easier to find replacement value at quarterback than it is at wide receiver in round like 15.
Yeah,
and from what I've seen,
for sure.
I love
Um,
that receiver room that we just got. That might have
Me
been our
too.
best so far, like
So for
overall collectively.
For week 1, they dropped the first weekly contest, and this is what the first couple rounds looks like, just so you guys can get an idea here.
This is just for the main slate.
Yeah, so it's all Sunday 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games.
It's half PPR scoring.
Yeah, same as best ball.
Wow, they have Kyler as the third quarterback. That's interesting. I feel like
So-
he's getting disrespected.
Yeah, so in like the weekly contests, like low owned players matters a lot more than like best ball. So like Trevor Lawrence is going to be a good pick, Caleb Williams good pick, JD Daniels good pick, because they're like it's only 6 teams.
It's the
So they're gonna
unknown
get
as
drafted a
well.
lot less. Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean,
not going to say anything there.
not to plug the tool, but using that sim tool for something like this seems like it would be
Yeah,
like just a free way to just run as many sims as you need to be able to figure out what
Yeah.
that option build is.
it just kind of helps you fit, like, because here, like the thing is, it's the same thing as like regular DFS, where like in regular DFS, like the better a player is, like points per dollar wise, the more owned they're going to be. But like if you drop off from like that ownership to like a lower owned player that's like projected for like 2 less points, how much less ownership do you have to get for that player to be like worth losing the 2 points in projection? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like-
it's an interesting concept, but it does.
For example, Joe Burrow, let's say he's projected for 25 points and he's drafted 100% of the time. If Dak is projected for 23 points and drafted 20% of the time,
Take that.
probably always take Dak every single
Yeah.
time.
Because then not only that, it's not only you're only losing 2 points from doing that, but you're also gaining an advantage in the skill positions by waiting those extra rounds before drafting somebody like that.
McCaffrey asked, are we going to play the dog bowl? I am definitely going to be playing the dog bowl. So the dog bowl, it's a little bit different than traditional. It's 12-person weekly drafts. And like if they do it like last season, it was like the top 3 players each week, like go to a live final in Miami where they do like
Ooh.
the draft there.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I know.
I would not want to do that, but I'd love to win.
Yeah, I think last year the first place was 200,000 if you win like the live final.
That's
And
cool.
It's 10,000 for qualifying.
Nice. Yeah, JMC, if you'll watch, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be firing into some of those.
When does that start? When the season begins?
I'm assuming week 1.
Exciting.
All right.
Yeah,
You guys got anything
great
else?
stream,
Any other
guys.
thoughts?
No.
So
great stream.
what's on deck for us? I know we're gonna do the weeklies. Are we doing the sprint marathon? Like, are we gonna get into this next?
Yeah, I'd prefer the sprint just because the marathon seems boring to me. But if you guys want to do the marathon, that's fine. I don't really care.
I've already covered the marathon. Don't bother.
Supposedly 1 million plus live final prizes. Hell yeah.
Oh man, that's going to be scary drafting. We're just going to be yelling at each other on the stage. I want Jalen Wright. It's like, no, we got to take Jerome Ford.
Thanks, JMC. Appreciate the support.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
All right, see ya. Have a good
Peace
one.
out.